Good morning, dear children. Welcome back. In today's session, we are going to learn Class 6, Chapter 7 in Computer Science, Functions in QBasic, Part 2. Come, children, let us learn. Before going into today's session, let us have a recap of what we learned. Dear children, we learned that QBasic is a very simple, easy, user-friendly language which is used to create simple programs, develop games, business applications, and graphics. Why do you think it is a very simple language? Because of its close resemblance to English. QBasic stands for Quick Beginners All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code, and it was developed by Microsoft Company in the year 1987. And it evolved from the basic language created by John G. Kemeny and Thomas E. Kurtz in 1964 at Dartmouth College. There are different versions of QBasic like Basic, GW Basic, Power Basic, Basica, and QBasic. Children, we also learned that a function in computer is a subprogram or a small program designed to perform specific task and return a value. That is, a function will do a particular work and it will give you an answer also, and that answer is called as a return value. Dear children, a function is of two types. The first one is standard function, otherwise called as library function or built-in function, and the second type is user-defined function. So, a function is a program that is designed to do a specific task and return a value. And there are two types of functions. They are standard function or library function or built-in function, and user-defined function. That is, a function which is designed by the user. A standard function is of two types: string function and numeric function. String function and numeric function. A string function, my dear children, works on strings. A string is nothing but a group of characters or alphabets. It could be like your name or your address, in which a group of characters or group of alphabets are used. That is called as a string. Last class, we discussed about the various string functions in QBasic, the important ones. We learned L case dollar and U case dollar. Normally in string functions, we use $sign to denote it as a string. $sign you can find on the keyboard. If you hold shift key and press the number 4, you get a $sign. L case function and U case function. The L case converts the given string into lowercase and U case converts it into uppercase. You know, children, lowercase is small letters and uppercase is capital letters. The next function we learned is len, L-E-N, len. Len will give you the length of the string, that is the number of characters that are there in the string. For example, len hello, H-E-L-L-O. There are 5 alphabets in it. So len will give you the answer 5. Next one is left dollar and right dollar. They are used to extract a certain number of characters from the leftmost in the case of left or rightmost in the case of right function. Mid function is used to extract the number of characters from the middle of the string. Space function will produce the specified number of spaces. It will give you the number of spaces you are providing. In string or INSTR function is used to search for a string in another string. String function is used to convert a number into its equivalent string. That is, it returns a string equivalent of the numeric value. So a number if you use a string function on the number, you are going to get it as a string. The number will be converted into a group of characters and not the number. Now we will learn about the numeric functions. Dears, numeric functions are defined to operate on numeric values. That is, they work on numbers. And you can use mathematical functions and you can do calculations on the new numbers by using the numeric functions. Now let us see about the various numeric functions. The first function we are going to learn is the SQR or the square function. And do you know, children, what it is going to do? Yes, that is right. It will calculate the square root of a number. The syntax to use the number is SQR. In the brackets, you should specify the number. For example, SQR of 25. And you are going to get the answer 5 because 5 into 5 is equal to 25. So, same way, square root of 4 is equal to 2 because 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Square root of 9 is equal to 3. 3 into 3 is equal to 9. Square root of 121 is equal to 11 because 11 into 11 is equal to 121 and so on. You can see Mrs. given you a tabular column. You can just go through that. Children, let us learn the next function, that is mod function. M-O-D, mod. Mod function gives the remainder on division of the first number by the second. It is going to give you the remainder. Here the syntax is x mod y. For example, 15 mod 2. Miss has shown you the division there. You divide 15 by 2. You get 7 as a quotient and 7 2s are 14 and you get remainder 1. So the mod function is going to give you the remainder 1. 1 is going to be the output. You can see there are 15 bones to be divided among 2 dogs and each of one is getting 7 each and 1 is remaining. Children, now let us learn about ABS function. ABS. ABS is the absolute value of a number. ABS is the absolute value of a number. The absolute value is a number itself without any sign in front of it. That is, there is no sign. The syntax is ABS of number and example is ABS of minus 4 and you will get the output as 4. The answer will be 4, absolute value. There I have shown you a number line. Okay, dear children, can you find number line with positive numbers and negative numbers? So, how many values you are counting, how many units are there, that is the absolute value of a number without the sign. If you are taking a negative number, you are removing the sign, you get the absolute value. Positive number is as usual without any sign. Did you get it, children? Got it? Okay, now let us move on to the next function, that is the EXP function. Dear children, this function is used to calculate the exponential value, that is raise e to some power, where the value of e is 2.718. As you can see, it goes on and e is called as a Napier's constant. And you'll be wondering, why ma'am, why do you want to learn all these things? This e is very important because it is used in so many of the mathematical calculations as well as in your physics calculations. We use the e, a constant value e. The syntax is exp of a number and you can, for example, you can see exp of 4. The answer is 54.59815. Dear children, now let us learn about int function, int, int. Dears, in your maths class, you would have learned rounding off, isn't it? Rounding off to nearest 10, rounding off to nearest 100 and so on. But this is a little bit different. Here, to set the round off of a number to the nearest integer, what we are going to do, we are going to round it off to the nearest integer. That is without the fractional part. You take the number without the fractional part, that is your int answer. If you take a decimal number, you remove your fractional part, what you get as answer is the answer for our int function. It is different from the round off which you have already learned in your maths. The syntax for that is int number. Example is int 12.8 and the output is 12. Dears, next we are going to learn about SGN, that is sign function. SGN, sign. This function returns a sign of the input number. For example, if it is a positive number, it will return +1. Negative number, it will give the answer -1. What if it is 0, neither positive nor negative? Then it returns 0. The syntax is SGN of number. For example, SGN of -20 will return the answer -1. Now, let us learn about val function. VAL, val. All of you have got val, isn't it? Your tails. Okay, here, val function is used to return the numeric value of the string constant. Dears, we already studied one function, string function, str function, isn't it? When we learned the string functions. In that case, what it is doing, it will convert a number into its equivalent string. Here you have got the opposite, the reverse. Here it is going to give you a numeric value of the string constant. The syntax is val of string. The example, val of 2020. 2020 is given in the double quotation mark, which means it is a string. Anything you give inside double quotation mark in QBasic is considered as a string or a group of alphabets or characters. So the answer is going to be 2020, the number 2020. You will be wondering, Miss, can we give our name as also the input for val? It won't be relevant. You won't be getting the required or the expected answer. Dear children, before winding up, let us have a summary of what we learned in today's session. We learned about numeric functions, that are functions defined to operate on numeric values. The first one we studied was SQR, which is used to calculate the square root of a number. Then we studied about mode function, which will give you the remainder on division of the first number by the second number. ABS function is used to find the absolute value, that is without the sign, negative number without the sign, that will give you the absolute value. EXP function is used to calculate the exponential value, that is raise e to some power with value of e is equal to 2.7. INT function is used to set the round of a number to the nearest integer, that is without the fractional part. You omit the fractional part and what you get as the answer is the integer part of the number. SGN function is used to return the sign. If the number is positive, you get a +1. If the number is negative, you get a -1. What if the number is neither positive nor negative, that is 0, you get the answer as 0. Next function we learned was val function, which is used to return the numeric value of the string constant, which is the reverse of what we learned in the string functions, that is str function. It will convert the number into its equivalent string. The reverse of that, that is, it is going to convert the string into a number. It's time for a small assignment. Dear children, you have to complete the exercises in page number 96 and 97. That is Roman numbers A. A, tick the correct answer, and B is fill in the blanks. You just have to write the answers in your textbook in pencil. And also in page number 97, you have formative assessment A and B, which is match it and true or false. In the next page, page number 98, you have scratch your brain. You have to categorize the functions. You have got two tabular columns, string function and numeric function. You just have to list out the string functions as well as the numeric functions. That's all for today's session, my dear children. Thank you for watching. For more videos and solutions, you can visit and subscribe our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Samachir Kalvi Guide. Thank you and stay blessed.